What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, I gotta be talking about, I don't have to, right? But I wanted to make a video today talking about this because it's gotten a lot of attention and I gotta give you guys my thoughts on this. So, this is something, that is so much to talk about here. And before I say anything, I'm not coming at anybody directly. Your money, your decisions. But I will say this, right? And I'll pull up the tweet, okay? It says, Cbthegrenade just pulled Wild Gems Victor Wembanyama. Okay, this is what we saw. Now, I will say this. CB yesterday basically said he was aware of the situation and that he was not going to be opening up packs. And then obviously the later on it said that he pulled Wemby. Now again, I'm not gonna sit here and talk about things because CB is still claiming that he has not pulled Victor Wembanyama. So again, I'm not the police. I'm not gonna say who is pulling who or what is going on. But what I will say is this, right? What I will say is this, and it's something I've said yesterday. And I'm not talking to the CB. I'm talking about anybody on the game. You cannot complain about the structure of the game if you are still spending money on the game. Okay, you can't. You cannot complain about the structure if you're still spending money. And here's the bad part, right? Is if people are gonna say that they are not gonna open up packs and do, it's just it puts people it puts everybody but 2K in a tough position. It does, because 2K is still getting their money, right? And so that's just kind of the situation. So, again, is it the biggest deal that CB pulled Wemby? I mean, no. But we need people like CB on our side. And I get it. It's hard, right? Like, CB goes from opening up hundreds, if not thousands of packs every week. I don't want to pocket watch, right? And it's hard for him to just go from doing that to not opening up packs at all. I get it. I do, right? But, again, it's a tough situation. You know, given the fact that we need the people that spend the most, like the Los Pollos, the HTBs, if we want to actually have change in the community. And what really makes me sick is that if this, again, CB is denying that this is true, okay? So I don't know what the situation is. But if CB did open up enough packs to get Wild Gems Victor Wembanyama, it makes me sick because I know how much money he probably had to spend to get Wemby. That's honestly what makes me sick about it, is I know how much money he must have given 2K. And again, he said he was out and not even around, right? And he said he was not going to open up packs. But again, we need the JC account. We need the Los Boys. We need the Killzimoy. We need everybody to not be opening up packs. And again, it's just kind of a tough situation. If I say, okay, let's not open up packs, and then I'm out here with Wembanyama, y'all gonna be like, okay, Ty, what is going on? Like, what is really happening here? And so it's interesting because one of two things is going on here. Either CB is lying, which again, I'm not hating on him for, but either he is lying, or 2K is putting up this graphic to fool people into thinking that more people are pulling Wemby than they are, which I think from 2K's vantage point, that can't be true, because I just think a lot of things could happen if they are telling people that people are pulling Wemby and they aren't. So my guess is CB did pull Wemby, and again, congrats to CB. I'm not hating on him personally. That's not what I'm here to do. It's just not the truth. But he said, I'm not playing the game. Like, CB is really saying that he's not even on the game. So I don't know what's going on, right? Like, I don't know what's going on. And this is what I'm saying. Like, this whole thing is what we need, right? He said, I don't need packs, bro. 2K needs me. You are right, CB. That is so true. That has never been more true. 2K needs you. And he said, I swear I can hold out for a long time. But then again, people said that he pulled Wemby, or 2K is saying that he pulled Wemby. So one of two things is obviously not happening, not aligning. But the matter of fact is, it's bigger than him pulling Wemby. CB, if you're watching this video, congrats if you pulled Wemby, but we need you in future weeks. We need everybody. And so DBG said, I'm going to be honest here, he was one of the biggest whale and actively tried to make spending 100K plus seem okay. He did, that's true. Now he's publicly against packs. You can't gamble like he did and then go cold turkey. Still a good thing the whales are publicly against it. Yes, and I agree with most of this, but there's part of it that I think could have a bigger impact because, right, if you get somebody on this game that goes from spending, let's say, $2,000 to $3,000 weekly on the game to spending zero, that's going to get 2K's attention more than if you just speak out against it and then still open up packs. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I agree. It's great that CB is actively speaking out against it. I agree. But again, you still, we don't have enough pull to actively affect 2K's bottom line in day one. You're right. Not in day one. But if you're telling me the guys that go from spending $300 to $2,000 weekly, go from spending that to spending nothing week after week after week, again, this can't just be a one-day thing. It has to be a multi-week thing if we want change. That is what's going to change. And so again, I'm not hating on CB personally, because again, that's not me. It's not my. I'm not here to judge. Like I'm not here to judge. I've spent money in bad places before too. Trust me, I've made some bad financial decisions in my life, and you live and learn. But the big thing to me is again, we have to come together, right? It has to take all of us. It's one of the main reasons that I've said all along, pack strikes just aren't going to happen. Like, it's not going to work. But then when you get guys like Lowe's, like HTB, like Killzamoy, guys that 2K likes it, and guys that get invited to community day, guys that are the biggest, have the biggest, fan base that play the game, like a Lowe's Spoilers TV, when you're getting those guys on board, then you have some motion. And so all I ask, right, is to CB and everybody out there that did open up packs, honestly, I'm going to say it like this. You honestly got to honestly pick a side and stay to it. Like, you have to, just because to me, it just becomes like a principle standpoint. Like, I can't, and I've done this before, but you can't say, oh, I'm against packs, right? I could say, oh, I'm against packs, and oh, well, this subscriber just donated $300 for me to go get Victor Wembanyama. Well, guess what? Guess where that $300 is still going? It's going into 2K's pockets, right? And I'm advertising a pack opening still at the end of the day. So it's those types of things that I've got to obviously think about, that the CBs of the world, that everybody has to think about, is your actions. It's bigger than just you. It's bigger than just me. It's bigger than everybody. If we want the community to be back to what it was, right? Which 2K honestly has ruined. I'm not saying any person has ruined it outside of 2K. It's 2K's job at the end of the day to not ruin the game, not ruin the player base. But it takes all of us, right? And so it's not just CB. It's not just anybody else. It's not just Carlo that opened up packs yesterday. And if y'all want to know who I am not agreeing at all with in his actions right now, it is Carlo. I do not agree with what he is saying. I don't agree with his actions whatsoever right now on this game. Again, nothing's personal, but on this game, it's not adding up. It's not making sense to me. But it's bigger than just CB. But he is one of the bigger whales in the community. And if he's on board, like Los, like some of these other, guys that spend money or big creators, we've got some traction. We've got something going on. So that's really it for me. Either 2K is lying, saying CB pulled them, or CB just, doesn't want to admit it. Whatever the case is, I'm not here to hate. But we need everybody. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.